My name is Fareed, and I am the owner of Vibrance Lighting, and I'm here to talk to you today about HIDs and their ballasts. So, here we have one of our HID kits. We open it up, we find the ballasts, our G5, which are small, slim, but do a phenomenal job. Then you're going to have your bulbs. Everything comes complete with a little harness, so plug and plays right into your car's factory wiring. Now that's what our kits have. Now I want to show you the differences between our ballasts and some of our competitions. So, as I was showing you, these are our HID ballasts. It's fairly small, but have some good weight to them. And I want to show you what's inside. I've gone ahead and opened one up for us. I took out the 4 torque screws, and you can see that on the inside we have some foam covering up, or used to kind of help insulate the inside of the ballast. Now on the inside we have a fully silicone sealed circuitry, so everything in there is going to be pretty safe, and that adds to the weight. That kind of shows you how sturdy these things are. So I've gone ahead, like I said, opened up a few other ones. So here is one that seemed pretty good at first. I don't know who makes this. We received this ballast on a trade. We have a trade-in program. We take your old stuff, we'll give you new stuff at a discount. Opened it up, and while I thought it was pretty sturdy, you see they only kind of splattered a bit of silicone material on the inside. So while the electronics look fairly good, it's not very well protected. I mean, peel it off, and that's that. And that's one of the more high-end ballasts, I thought. We also got some of these xentechs. You see these on eBay quite often. This one was another one we'd received in a trade. Now I wanted to show you what was inside of these things. But instead of destroying it now, I'm going to show you the durability of these guys, and a few other ones versus our G5 ballast. I did open one of the more high-end plastic ones you might also buy on eBay. Now the issue I found here was, while yes, they are silicone filled, they're still quite fragile. So the insides kind of do fall apart. At least this one did. This one didn't last very long, unfortunately. This one the customer had for about 4 months before failing. And I guess you can kind of see why. Everything's kind of just flopping around in there, even with the silicone holding it in place. Now, here we have one of the more popular ballasts, which I was a fan of for quite a while, but this one, not as good. This one feels definitely lighter. Feels lighter than our G5 ballast, which is tiny compared to this one. And I found the reason why. We opened it up, I took out the screws. A lot of air in there, which is nice for cooling, but doesn't really help. The electronics are very basic. This is more of a digital ballast, so you don't have too many, no potentiometers or anything like that in there. And it's silicone covered, which is pretty good. One of the reasons I did like this ballast. Still doesn't hold up quite as well as our G5s. We will also be stress testing this one in a bit. And then more knockoffs of the xentechs, similar thing. Then we do have one that I was also a fan of, very heavy, mid-slim ballasts. I went ahead and opened this one up, and it is very well silicone filled. The only issue I've seen with these is because the chassis are made of complete plastic, things tend to break off very easily, and they don't cool themselves as well, so they die much quicker than an all-metal ballast. Alright, so now we're going to take some of these ballasts and test them out. First, I want to start with the Xentech ballast. This is one of the popular ones on eBay. They sell for about 30 to 40 bucks. And we're going to go ahead and plug it in to our testing unit. Just a 12 volt adapter running at about 6 amps, so it should be more than enough to run these things. I'm going to plug it into one of our bulbs. So it's all plugged in. We're going to make sure everything works. Beautiful. So we're going to take our trusty hammer, put that out of the way, and we're going to smash these ballasts and see how long they function for. This is kind of my way of simulating vibration in a car. I've actually had customers come in with holes in their ballasts from debris hitting them. So let's get to the fun stuff. One hit, still working, but that thing is smashed. I don't know how much longer that's going to last. 2, and there's definitely a burning smell coming out now. 3, and there's a hissing noise now. That's not going to last much longer. 4 hits, and that does not smell safe anymore. But it's also not much of a ballast. You probably wouldn't keep this in your car. 5, 6. 6 hits, killed it. And that's actually getting really hot too. So let's see what happens. 6 hits. That's what's inside. Nothing's silicone covered. It's just circuitry sitting around in a little plastic box. This is really the reason why Xentech ballasts are so bad. Although it did last a few more hits than I thought it would. So, that's what $30 on eBay gets you. Next, let's try out one of these. It's a Xentech knockoff, which is weird since Xentech's already pretty bad. This one is silicone filled though, so we're going to see how long this one lasts. Bulb plugged in. Go ahead and kick this one on. Beautiful. Light. And again with our hammer, we got, what, 8 hits out of that one? Let's see how many this one lasts. I'm guessing longer due to the silicone filled. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits and that one is done. And it's actually quite hot, so we're going to disconnect that now. So 4 hits. The Xentech actually lasted longer, but again, you can find these on eBay for between 35 to 40 bucks. I wouldn't recommend these, honestly. Reason being, these don't last with vibration or being hit with a hammer, apparently. So now we're going to get our mid-slim ballast. Same process. Plug it in. Beautiful. And we're going to hit it a few times. Now these ones tend to be more durable, but like I said, the heat sink on these is virtually non-existent. It's just all plastic. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's flip it around and see what's down here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 hits. So far, so good. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. At 15, some smoke came out, but we're still holding. 16, 17, 18, 19. Let's go for one good one, right? 20. 20 hits, held up pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and say this is a pass. Now for the big boy. So the record to beat so far is 20, although we'll go back to that one and see if we can kill it. Let's plug it in. Everything's working. Let's go. Ready? 1. Already you can tell it's a much bigger dent than anything we've done, and that's because it's not completely silicone filled. 2, 3, 3 hits. 3 hits did that one in. Again, this one on eBay typically around 40 bucks. The issue with these is they're typically branded with a bunch of stickers and things like that. We have them without any stickers, but didn't hold up, and actually plastic is coming out from inside, so not a very good sign. Now here we are to see our G5 ballast, completely silicone filled. I've actually done this test before. It's a lot of fun. So let's beat it. 20 hits. That's what we need to get to. These also have a very quick startup. Alrighty. Just so you can see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 hits, so far so good. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Now I'm actually wailing on this thing. 27, 28, 29, 30. Still holding up. That's 30 hits on this thing. No issues. I have, however, broken the clip. But we're still going. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Nothing. Well, I unplugged it. There we go. So you can see, even after that massive beating, our ballasts hold up. Alrighty, now that we've tested our HIDs by hitting them, we're going to try them with water. We're going to take that same HID ballast and the other one, and we're going to dunk them. See how they do. We're going to start with our competition. And this is the part we hope we don't electrocute ourselves. After all, we did just beat these things with hammers. Actually, I don't think it's going to kick back on. Yep, looks like that one didn't survive the hammerhead. There is actually clicking noises happening. Yep. So it did succumb to the hammers. It's making a clicking noise now. So it looks like we do have a clear winner. But we're going to test it anyways. We're all plugged in. And I would not try this at home, guys. This is a risk of electric shock. After all, we did just beat this with a hammer. Put that in. That bulb is kicking back on without a problem. And now we're going to dunk it. Make sure it's nice and sealed. And we're running just fine. That received 35 hits from a hammer. Let's go throw this at the ground next. See what happens. Now we're going to take that ballast we just dunked underwater and ran and throw it at the ground. And again. And again. And for fun, let's lob it up real high. Let's go see if it works. So we're going to plug it back in to the bulbs. We just finished beating it up a little bit more, throwing it against the ground. Make sure everything still works. Bulb, ballast. And lights right up. And let's dunk it again for fun. No issues. Now let's unplug it. This is why I truly feel confident giving a 1-year warranty on all of our products, because they're designed to last. I hit that with a hammer about 35 times, smashed it against the ground, dunked it underwater, and it still runs. And that is the beauty of our G5 ballast. Thanks for watching, guys.